Alright, hey everypony, it's Draco-Moon, and here's the special video I said I was going to do. So it just so happens that I have someone special today, and that person is Draco Asmith.
My
So,
God, I'm special. Hey guys.
so how do you want to do this? You want to just random?
So basically, we're just gonna be kind of doing interview style stuff, guys. So this might be the most boring video you've ever seen, or this could be very interesting if you want to know more about like the process of what we do. So I don't know. So I guess what we'll do is questions back and forth until we run out, because I don't have them written down, so this is all off the top of my head.
Yeah, I don't have anything written down either. I, that's how I mostly
We are so
do my.
professional. You're so professional, guys.
Well, that's basically how I do all my intros and outros. I just have anything random to say. Most times I have to stop and just redo them because I just start rambling and then it just turns out to be like 10 minutes long. I'm like, nope, I can't do that. Alright, so you go first then.
Okay, let's see. Hang on, I'm making sure everything's working properly. Okay, there it is. Everything's good. Okay. So let's see. Okay. What made you want to do your fan fiction readings on YouTube?
Oh, I've answered this question so many times. Well,
I know
I'm sticking to that story.
everyone has.
Yeah, everybody that doesn't know is always curious to know. So I get that question like I think almost 10% of the time in comments. So sticking to that story, I honestly just had the random thought to do it one day. I mean, when I first started hearing audio readings, I swear the first one I heard was a clop. Actually, yeah, the first one I did hear was a clop. So I was like,
Of course.
it was random. Like I was just happened to be browsing on YouTube and that showed up and I was like, wait.
I'm questioning what you were browsing to find this.
I don't know what it was. I think I just like happened to be just drifting through videos and it was there. I was like, wait, is this My Little Pony? And this was like maybe a month and a half after I just probably got into watching the show itself. So I was like, why there are audio readings for My Little Pony? Okay, so I clicked it and then I was like, what the hell is a clop? So I clicked and I was like, wait, is this supposed to be on YouTube? Shouldn't this be like age restricted or something? I don't know. So then I just started looking up more, and then I found Wayne T. Spears, Scribbler, Disney Fanatic, and it just went downhill from there. And I was like, okay, this is really interesting. I kind of want to try it. But I didn't have that thought till like after I saw Disney Fanatic's Bride of Discord series.
I want to make moaning sounds for the internet. That's basically what we do at this point.
Yeah, like my anniversary reading. Oh god.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah. Yeah. The last thing.
The ambulance.
Yeah, the last thing you'll probably hear is like the ambulance, the cops, fire trucks, or random assholes who are impatient to wait for a light to change. That's probably just about it. Any little noises like children screaming, which isn't my fault, you probably won't hear.
I hope it's not your fault. Heck, you do.
No, it's just where I live. There's a park across the street, and sometimes the kids scream like they're being chased by someone or whatever. So I can hear all that, but that doesn't get into my readings for some reason, and I'm kind of happy for that because then they might think I'm torturing someone's child, and I'm not. Lily isn't either, so please be mindful of that.
Oh Lord. Okay then. Nobody.
Okay, so I guess what got you into making your YouTube channel?
Oh my god. Okay, so for people who've not seen my channel, really what got me into it, I've been off and on YouTube for like 6+ years now. I've been back in like 2010 was my first channel, and I left that one and started up my first voiceover channel, which got pretty popular. I mean, I got into a few pretty not really well-known projects, but I mean some that could actually went somewhere if we would have continued them. I know, and funny enough, the first fan fiction reading I ever did, it never got off the ground, unfortunately, which I really was kind of sad for. But there was a guy who was doing a fan fiction reading of On a Cross and Arrow, which is like one of the most like fics around, pretty much, for MLP. And I was Applejack and a couple other characters in that, and it never got off the ground. But then this channel, I left YouTube in 2013, and I was done. I said I don't want to come back to this. This is not what I signed up for when I first started making videos. It became a chore, a job. Every video I made, they were so bad. I didn't like them. I was just so monotonic. I had no energy. And coming back with this channel, I said, I want to be able to bring something to the table, bring on my original channel. And I said, what didn't I bring? And I said, I started off doing voiceover stuff again, but then I said, that's not all who I am, and that's not all, what I want my audience to see. So I said, what's something that I can do that would be different? And, at the time, I was still, not really still, I was probably maybe about 2 years into the process of, like, coming out to family and friends and stuff, and, then I said, what better way, I've come out to all my friends and family that I really want to tell, what better way to be an advocate for people who either can't stand up for themselves or, feel like they're alone. I said, why not do it on my YouTube channel where I have a small platform if, nothing else. So that's where the stuff where I started doing the depression videos and all that stuff. But really, it just started as me wanting to entertain people, and it didn't start as me wanting to read sexual pony things. It didn't start as that. But that came later, obviously.
Yeah, whereas mine came much earlier.
Yeah, I can see that.
Well, not too early.
Yeah, that was. Oof. Okay, so actually, I don't remember asking this the first time. I may have. I don't freaking know. This is the second time recording this, by the way, guys.
Yeah,
you don't know. This was supposed to be out months ago, but we had a little issue.
Yeah, that was my fault. My computer went silly.
Anyways, so going into now a little bit away from the actual YouTube, I guess, and more into the, I guess, behind the scenes stuff. So, what was it like for you? Since if you guys don't know, we are having to put a little bit of acting into our, voicing characters and stuff for these fan fictions. So, what was it like for you? For the anniversary clock pick, what was it like for you to have to sit there and like think, okay, there's someone else doing this voice, and have to correlate that in your head enough to actually act your role out properly?
Well, that's actually an interesting question. I mean, I don't think the anniversary reading was the first reading I did with an extra voice, actually. Well, aside from Inverno. Wait.
Yeah.
Wait, actually, yeah, I think that.
Yeah, I think it came out right before Inverno was first ever did.
Yeah, I think the anniversary reading was kind of the first reading I did with secondary voice. No, actually, no. The first one I did was Nightmare Romance, and that was with Mr. Allen, who I think now goes by September Moon, voicing Comet, who was the romantic interest to Ruby for that reading. And then it was us reading my anniversary story, and then Inferno came along. So that one was actually kind of awkward, I guess, for both of us, because not only did I have to do my own voice, I had to also do the narration. And for the sequel that's coming out, which I guess we're both gonna do.
Yeah. I
um,
already recorded for it. I hope so.
yeah, you did. That's that for that one. Yeah, I'm gonna have someone else do the narration for that. So, if anyone's interested, contact us and we'll. Yeah, just do the narration, and I guess I'll just stick to doing my own character voice, cause
Yeah, because
yeah.
I mean, for me personally, and this is just like I said, guys, a little backstory. You guys, like when you're listening to these things, our job, our job really fixed. If we're reading a clock thing now, if we're reading just a regular story, it's more for you guys to simply us to try to match the voice as best we can if it's a canon character, and then to kind of, I guess, entertain you guys like we do with Inferno in F minor. But when it comes to clock fix, we are literally just trying our best to not sound like we're terrified of life. Like, I'm
Or
sitting there, I'm sitting there reading it like, okay, here's my thing. When I was reading, I had not read Blooming Moon yet. I had not read the story. I had no freaking clue what I was getting into. I agreed to it before I even read the damn thing. Not a good idea.
I didn't pressure him into it. I did it. I swear.
No, she didn't. She simply said, she messages me, or no, she put a thing out on FibFiction, on her thing. And I had remembered, the only reason that I actually went and looked at her page to begin with is because, Craig Dinkwell, who wrote Inverno on F minor, he had said something about they needing voices for that. So I said, okay, and I went and auditioned for a few characters in Armor, obviously, and after that, I went to her page, just kind of randomly looking through her stories, and as she had a blog post, like I think it was a couple hours earlier, and she said, "Oh, does someone mind voicing in this for such and such?" I said, I just commented, like there was one or two other people that commented, I believe,
Yeah, I
but I
think
happened to
so.
comment, and I said, "Yeah, sure, I'm free, I'm cool with it, whatever," and I did not know what I was getting into.
And there was a
And
tag right there on the story that said sex. How did you not see that?
well, okay. In my defense, in my defense, I didn't actually, like I said, I did not even look at the story. Like, I just literally saw the blog post and said, sure, automatically. I didn't even know what the freak it was. And I was like, oh, God. And I went and looked at it and I said, okay, Blooming Moon, let's see what I'm getting into. Oh, okay, it's M rated story. Maybe it's, like, dark and, like, there's murder and stuff. Maybe. I'm praying that's what it was. And then I went and read it and I'm like, well, I've already agreed to it. Might as well. So I'm just sitting there. My mic is cut on. My freaking, like, everything is off in my house. Like, I make sure the TV's off, everything when I record. And I'm just sitting there. And the first, like, 9 takes of the recording were legitimately the worst thing I've ever had to record in my life. I'm sitting there, like, trying not to laugh as I'm trying to moan and shit in voice. it's bad, but I mean, at the end of the day, it was fun. It was something that I definitely did not suspect I would want to do, but it was, whatever. I didn't care.
It was kind of awkward for me because, okay, the layout of where I live is like my parents' room. Yes, I still live with my parents. My parents' room is like the furthest back from the street, whereas my room is like right there at the street. So if I tried recording in there, I would get like everything, all the car noises and all that stuff, and I didn't want that in my recording. Plus, I'm still figuring out how to get rid of like a lot of background noise. So I had to go with the second option, which was my living room, which is no better because it's right there at the street, like right there at the street side. But I found out that if I close the windows before recording, then it might sound a bit better. So yeah, that kind of worked. but then again, the walls are kind of thin if you're too loud, so I was trying not to have my neighbors hear me sound like a slut and all that.
Your
So,
neighbors just come by like an hour later. You walk outside your house. So I heard you having a good time about an hour
yeah,
ago.
yeah, I didn't want that to happen.
No, I'm not. No, when I was reading for that, funny enough, I did. I was recording and I forgot the first time I recorded. Not even trying to be funny. Right where my setup is to record, I have a window right behind it. And I had forgotten about 2 days earlier. I had opened that window to do something. I think I was like cleaning the vent on it, or not the vent, the screen on it or something. I don't remember. I had opened it. Well, I put the screen back in and forgot to close the window.
Oh no.
So I record, get everything done, and it didn't hit me until about maybe an hour after I was recording, when I was like kind of editing through everything and taking what I didn't want to leave in there out, like bloopers and stuff like that. And I look, my window's open. I'm like, okay, please tell me I wasn't so loud that my neighbors heard me, because they did. I'm going to be embarrassed when I walk outside in the morning. I walk outside, literally, first thing my neighbor says, question, what were you doing yesterday afternoon? Said I was doing work. He said, what kind of work were you doing? I said, you don't want to know. And I left it at that. But, yeah, so make sure you always have your boys and girls, if you're going to read a clock pick, make sure your freaking doors, windows, make sure that stuff is latched shut, because you're going to have your neighbors freaking calling the cops on you.
I think during one of the takes I did, the doorbell rang, and like I think I was like moaning really loud. It turns out at the door was the UPS person, and I signed for a package, and then they said, "So are you having fun?" I was like, "Oh fuck."
Sorry, we didn't know you were having fun in there.
Yeah.
Okay, so, okay, let's see. I don't even remember who.
I think when we previously recorded the interview thing, you said your significant other walked in on you too.
Oh god, okay, no. What ended up happening? What happened was, I was recording, and me and my partner, we're in a long distance relationship. So I remember I had him like, when I'm recording, because my way my computer's set up, I have like everything pulled up. Like my Skype is pulled up, Discord's pulled up. You know, my Word pad or my Word document for lines are pulled up, or FemFiction if I'm doing a reading, whatever. Audacity's pulled up, whatever I'm recording with. Well, lo and behold, I did not realize, but about a quarter of the way through the freaking first recording session of recording it, I remember hearing someone speak to me, and I was thinking, like, I was like, okay, that's weird. And I just ignored it at first. And then finally he said to me, what are you doing? And I just like, I'm again confused because I'm hearing a voice that I don't know where it comes from. And then all of a sudden, when I moved my Audacity file over, I see that I had called him by mistake when I was starting the recording. And he picked up, and so, yeah, that was an embarrassing conversation I have to have with him at like freaking, I don't know, midnight.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
And around the time that yeah, I think like before, I started like putting it together and everything. It was, for those who don't know, a friend of mine, took his own life. So like before I actually started piecing together Blooming Moon, um, like that happened, and I put my channel on hiatus. And the only reason I bought it back on my anniversary was conveniently that day I had really wanted to have Blooming Moon ready and set up for Safi and I. So, because we've been together like 6 years now, and I wanted to do something special for him. But then that happened, and we both agreed that maybe I needed time away from like stuff. I walked around in a haze for like, I think 3 weeks, depressed, and I couldn't stop crying. But then I decided This present has to happen somehow, even if I'm still upset. I probably won't record for a couple of days after it, which I don't think I did until um actually no, I had the next chapter for Inverno set up like literally the day I found out the news my friend committed suicide. Like literally that morning, I had just finished recording all the lines for Cadence, Celestia Luna, and the narration, and I was like all set to put it together. But then my plans got shot. So yeah, that really messed me up. I'm still a little messed up from it all, but I'm doing better. And to take things off a possibly depressing note, um, yeah, I don't think this is the last time I'm gonna ask you to voice in the clock with me.
Oh, trust me, I don't think it's gonna be. I don't know if or when it's gonna come out, guys. I have no idea. That's on her, not on me, because I already did my part. I may have recorded for a clock pick and sent her the lines already. May have.
No, you did. I have it, and I'm like I think, yeah, like one chapter away from finishing the
So,
story. So yeah.
oh God. So yeah, that'll be. And of course, like I said, and it's just really weird, but that like when the clock pick came out, I was like very surprised. I mean, I've seen like the really popular fan fiction and clock pick readers on YouTube. I've seen their videos get like 10, 15, 20,000 views, which is a lot. But then I said, okay, this is a smaller channel. There's no way that this is going to get like more than 50, 60 views. The dang thing got like almost 2,000, I think a little over 2,000 views at this point. So I was shocked and pleasantly fucking surprised. I was like, I don't know why I went that freaking. But I was like really surprised. I was like, okay, this isn't something that's going to kill me, and it's something that's definitely way different than what I've ever voiced in before. So, why not do it again? So I recorded for it's an R63, technically an R63 clock pick. I say technically because it's not 100%, but you guys will see what I'm talking about when it eventually comes out. But that's a thing, and then Inverno and F Myers, of course, is still continuing, and
yeah, we're
whatever
continuing.
else we think of.
We're continuing at like a pretty decent pace, aside from all the other readings that I do, and of course, recently, normally I do my own clock picks and everything on my own. But sometimes when I can't exactly do it, I ask for a male partner. Hence why I asked him to help me out. And one of our fellow voice actors, Secto, asked me to voice in a reading he did called Your New Living Queen. So, yeah, my voice is in that too as Chrysalis. It was fine for like the first two chapters, and the third chapter got like completely cloppy, and I was like, yeah, this is like close to 3 o'clock. I just hope my parents don't walk in on me, in their bedroom doing that, because they're gonna have so many questions and I'll have no answers. And if I tell them the truth, I don't want to think of what they might say or do. My dad, if nothing else, he'll probably just stare at me and say okay, or he'll look away, then look at me like there's actually something like that out there, and I'll be like, yes, just like, and this look on your face is the same way you looked when we went to Comic-Con for the first time and you saw whole families dressed up in cosplay together. Yes, there's something for everything out there. It's not that surprising anymore.
Yeah, it's the internet. Like, literally everything has something to do with it that's weird or fucked up. So
yeah, I was actually surprised when I found out that there were like R63 versions of the main six. Like, I did not think that was actually a thing till I saw I think either I saw an image of it, or like the first time I figured it out was like when I did the reading of Hot Pink, and Pinkie Pie was turned into a boy by accident. I was like, wait, why did
Yeah,
you? I was like, why did
that's
that happen?
so, yeah, that's how I got into doing MLP stuff. Actually, I did I was asked by a friend to do. She was doing a R63 dub of the show, and she said, "Hey, can you voice Applejack?" Obviously, from a lot of reasons. The accent kind of helps out. So I said, "Sure, what, no big deal." And that's where partner through that, and then we started. One day, I don't know how it started. He messaged me and said, "Read this. Let's read this," because originally we had been reading just through like the show scripts, like to practice our lines and stuff. But then he said, "Let's read a fan fiction." I said, "I don't know what that is, but okay." I was that naive. And so we read. I don't remember what we read the first one we read, but it was something romance related, and we weren't dating at the time, and I wasn't out at the time, so it's kind of weird. But okay, I think we went way off track.
Yeah.
I don't know where the questions went. They were none.
Yeah, well, this is kind of how interviews go anyway. Half the time you go off track to begin with. I mean, this is mostly
more a
improv
podcast
anyway.
than an interview, I believe, just because we're kind of talking, so you guys can learn more about what we do, other than moan into a microphone for fun.
Yeah, that's pretty much. I can't even say daily. It depends on what I had to read for the day. That if I have like a couple clock flicks lined up, then I'll just try doing like maybe 2 or 3 a day and get it out of the way, just hoping no one walks in on me.
Now, here's the thing. What is it like to, like, because I know you have to have that thought in your head. What is it like for you to think that people might be clopping to these readings?
Honestly, I sometimes don't want to know.
I'm not surprised. Like, I haven't seen it yet because I haven't read through all the comments on some of the videos. I'm not surprised on some of your clop pics it literally says, "Hey, I clopped to this." I'm like, I haven't read through them all yet, so I'm really concerned if some of them did.
I check all my comments, so I haven't gotten that either, but I did get one a while back. I think it was on my reading of One Night, which was involving Rarity with a tentacle monster.
Of course.
Yeah, I think either on that video or one of my other videos, one of the comments was, "Do not go into the phone sex industry because they can't afford it."
Oh God. That's so mean.
Yeah, so that's like the first time I got a comment like that, and I haven't gotten one since. But some of my comments are mostly like just out of like light jokes. Like recently, I got a comment from someone saying that they were my 666th subscriber, and I was like, wait. You commented that just because of the number and because you can make a joke out of it. And yeah, yeah, I don't really. I never got any negative comments. I just laugh at pretty much any and every comment that I get most of the time if it's like really funny, because that's what you gotta do. If someone puts a hate comment, just like move on and ignore it. I had to learn to do that after some video I did on my previous channel. Someone just started to troll me, and I got really pissed off, and my anger got the best of me. I tried blocking them, but apparently that didn't really work, so I decided to ignore it and just reported it after that.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't gotten too much like hate on YouTube, like as far as that goes. I think the only thing that was not even a hate comment, it was just sort of more of a comment. For people who haven't watched my channel yet, same thing. I think it's the same thing with you though. Like, I don't think like until very recently, maybe, I don't know, but on my channel is mainly all audio related stuff. Like, it's all recorded through mic. I hit my mic now. All recorded through my mic and edited over either photos or videos. There's never really. I don't really do like a lot of live face cammy videos. I just don't do them.
Yeah, that's not for me too.
Very recently, I decided, hey, whatever. I'm going to do a face cam video just because I want to do a face reveal. I just hit I think I just hit 50 subs at the time. So I'm going to do a face reveal. So I can start, if I really want to talk about a topic, I can do it in front of a camera and not have to record on just a mic. And so I did a face reveal, and there was a comment, and it didn't even affect me. It just made me laugh, really. But I don't remember the guy's name, but basically his comment was something along the lines of, because I was acting very nervous on camera and stuff like that. And he had made a comment basically saying that, he was saying, you can stand to lose a few pounds, but God knows I could too. And that would have pissed me off 4 or 5 years ago. That would have really got under my skin. But now I just laugh it off. In fact, I made a video talking about it. I made a video talking about body dysmorphia disorder and stuff like that. So, I mean, I take everything now with a grain of salt here on YouTube because it's just kind of, you're going to get those people who are just assholes for no reason.
Yeah, I think if I got a comment like that, I would. I know I can lose some weight. My mom tells me because if you see me in person, you would think, oh, she's a pretty girl. But then if you see most of my clothes and they're really form fit, you're like, most people ask me, when am I expecting me? Because my stomach looks like I'm probably 4, 5 months pregnant or something like that, which is really bad. So if I got a comment like that, maybe in high school, I would go home crying, or if I'm already at home, I would just cut off my laptop and just start crying, go sit in the living room, watch cartoons, and just chow down on some ice cream, maybe half a carton of frosting.
Pull the rarity method.
Yep. Well, not completely rarity. I don't have my own personal fainting couch.
I do. It's amazing. Just for fun. Every gay man has one. They have to. They have to.
Maybe when me and Safi move in together, if we get into a fight and I just get all dramatic, or I'm just feeling really emotional, I'll have the love seat as my own fainting couch and just make it my own pity corner and just chow down on anything and everything to make me feel better. I don't know. That might actually be hilarious to do, though.
Oh my god. But yeah, I mean, really, honestly, I was surprised that video was the one I got fucking a response on, because I've made videos that are 50 times worse than that, and I didn't get a response that was bad. That's the only ever bad response I got. I made a video where I talked about kinks and fetishes on my channel, and that didn't get hate. Yet me revealing my face and me looking like Jabba the Hutt from Star Wars made people comment. I mean, whatever. But I will say I have been. I was talking to Lotus about this. This is I don't know how long it's been now. It's probably been a few months now. Yeah, I remembered. First of all, we need to talk about a certain comment you left on one of my story I wrote.
Wait, what comment?
Oh, wait, was it a comment or was it a message? I don't even remember. Let me go back in my thingy. Wait, is it this? Is this it?
Well, about your kinks and fetish videos, probably people can relate because you never know what people might be into.
Okay, no, I don't remember what it was. I think. No, it wasn't even on you. No, I think you said it to me before we started recording the last interview. There was. So for those of you who don't know, I write fan fiction as well, just like Lotus does. And I had not posted in 4 years on fan fiction. I just had not had any inspiration, and I said, recently, been starting writing again, and I'm writing a lot. So I said the first thing that I put out on fan fiction in like 3 or 4 plus years is a clock fic that I wrote. The very first clock fic that I wrote, actually. And I put it up, and then I guess because Lotus followed me on my page, she sees it and she goes and reads it. And then, like, I don't remember where it was that she messaged me. It might have been on Discord, actually. I think it might have been on Discord then. She either messaged me or it was before we did the interview. She was like, I couldn't read half of it because, like, it was written in shorthand, like a lot of people do when they text. All I gathered from the said was like, "This was hot." Like it was like an H with like 18 zeros, like 18 O's and like a T at the end. I was just like, good God, that's a lot.
Yeah,
honestly,
I'm
which
crazy.
surprised me.
Yeah, I'm crazy. I mean, well, we
Yeah,
are crazy in some ways, but I'm like just that kind of crazy for some
considering
reason.
what the fic was about at the time, yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
I can't help it. I mean, now that I'm actually like on DeviantArt, I look up like a lot of stuff, and mostly it's MOP related. I just don't know why. For some reason, I started looking up random pictures of King Sombra, and like most people drew him as a human, and I was like, oh my god, just just. I think one of them looked like Dracula from the Netflix version of Castlevania, and
oh Lord.
and oh god, that okay. I like Dracula mostly because Hellsing Ultimate, since I'm also an anime fan, and Alucard is just perfect. In fact, me and my twin fight over him. But Dracula from Castlevania, oh sweet Celestia, I'll marry him any day.
Well, this just went from a 14-minute video to like a 18-minute video, like automatically, just in that 30 seconds.
I didn't go too far into detail. If you want me to go into detail, I'll do it after dark reading eventually.
Oh Lord. But no, I will say, because I really cannot wait for if I will say if Lotus liked the freaking little teeny, I think it's like only 1,000 words plot fic that I wrote. Dear God, I don't want to know what she's going to do when I release my actual story that's coming out soon. Because I'm releasing because I know there's people on here who obviously listen to clock fics, just from my own personal knowledge. But I think I don't know when it's going. I'm shooting for the beginning of next year, but it might be earlier. There will be oh good God, I don't even know how many chapters it is. It's like 18 chapters so far, but it'll probably be like up to 25 or 30 by the end of the thing. And it's like a 50,000 word story so far. So it's a lot. But basically, I pretty much self-inserted myself into a story. And it's not MLP related. This is not MLP related at all. And let's just say, if you enjoy anything that's kind of on the kinky / erotic side, yeah, you'll probably enjoy the story. That's all I'm going to say.
I think people who aren't into that might get into it just from your reading alone, I think.
I mean,
Hey, it might awaken a side people didn't know they had. Like when I first met Safi, he was, yes, this is awful of me to say, but when I first met Safi, he was innocent, and then me being me, yes, I corrupted him. So it was not even, it was like a slow process. I think it took like what, up to like our first anniversary to completely corrupt him, I think. I don't know, but like now he's just as bad as I am, if not worse.
See, here's the thing. No, I even tell people all the time. Like anyone who knows me and me and my partner together, they know. They're like, oh my god, what happened to you? I said, blame him. I point to him, blame him, because I was not the innocent. Like I was not like, oh my god, I'm so innocent. Like I've never done anything. No, I never once said that. But I was never dragged into the world that I have been dragged into because of him. He's like, hey, I'm gonna take you here, and I'm gonna let you talk to these people, and you're gonna learn new things about yourself. I'm like, I'm scared. And then I get in there, and I'm like, what is this? This is a giant kink and fetish group on Discord. And my first reaction was, dear God, save me.
That
and then
was...
I get in there, and like my immediate first reaction was, I thought like everyone was going to start like a text orgy role play. That's what I thought was going to happen. It didn't, and it was just so laid back, and it wasn't like some weird people that kind of were on there, but it's in good fun. It's in weird fun.
Yeah, that's actually your response to that was basically my response to, I think, one of the most messed up scenes in anime I saw. I think it was like when I first watched something. I can't remember what it was, but I saw something like really messed up, and my jaw instantly dropped to the floor, and I was like, "What the what? No, yeah, I was traumatized. I was
I don't think
morally traumatized."
Now I will say, I know for me personally, because I know a lot of people have asked me this question, like ever since I did started recording Clopfic readings and stuff. I've had people ask me, is it weird for you to see this, like these forms of media, like the photos, some of the more sexualized photos, and then go back and watch the show later on? Like, is it a little bit weird for you? Because then you just like see, oh wait, there's Fluttershy. Oh wait, I saw that photo of Fluttershy like bent over with like shining armor and Big Mac like double teaming her. Like it's like you go back to watch the show after like all the stuff you've experienced through.
You can't look at any of the characters the same. Like if you, like seriously, for me, I think when I first started watching it, I thought everything was fine because it was a little kids show, and I was like, I'm not gonna get into this because my little cousins are into it. Like every time they come over.
I
And
really hope that they haven't seen your channel.
oh no.
I was gonna say, because they're gonna be questioning things. They're like, okay, why is Pinkie Pie a guy and having sex with Rainbow Dash? That's probably could question it.
I will personally make sure that never happens. I mean, besides, even if it does, it'll... Nah, never mind. I'm not even gonna finish that. It just never will happen at all. It will just never happen at all. But like, yeah, when I first watched the show, I was like, this is for little kids. I'm not gonna get into it. And then I got into it, and then I started seeing Clops, and I was like, I feel like I can't look at the characters the same anymore. But if I tweak it in my mind and just section it off somewhere else, then maybe the two won't clash, and I won't feel like my brain just turned to jelly in my own head and is melting out of my ears.
I mean, I know I know the very first time I can't remember I think it was, oh god, I don't even want to say what the story is, because then, like, it's going to even be creepier, the story I'm about to tell. So, for those of you who don't know, there was a story by, oh my god, I can never remember this person's name ever. Kitsu, I believe is it. I hope I pronounced it right. If I didn't, I'm sorry, but I wrote fan fiction, and they write a. I don't know what the heck I want to describe this as, but there was a story on the page called "To Be His Mayor." I think it is. I don't know. I don't know if you've ever read it. Have you read it, Lotus?
I don't think I've even come across it.
Oh God, I want you to read it. Not for YouTube. Well, I was gonna say not for YouTube because it might be a little bit too creepy for YouTube even.
Oh boy.
But I read that was the first clock pick I ever read. I read it and I first I got disgusted. Like I'm not even trying to be funny. I got disgusted. I was reading it, and the gist of the story is it's 3 chapters of basically Rainbow Blitz question. Sees Dusk doing some very questionable things, clopping mainly, and so then Dusk catches him and basically I say kind of because it's kind of forces Rainbow to have sex with him. So yeah, there's 3 chapters of that. Then there's a sequel to it as well, and they're actually pretty good once you get past like the whole possible rape thing. Like they're cool after that. But I read it and then I went back and watched an episode of MLP, and I'm just watching it and I'm thinking, oh dear God, what have I done? And then but then slowly, after a while of not reading a clock fic, I was able to desensitize myself and be like, okay, the show's normal again. Twilight doesn't have a penis, and they're not having sex against Rainbow's will. But then months later, I read another one, and I realized in my head I have to differentiate the two. I'm just like, okay, this is a screwed up form of media that is entertaining as fuck to look at or talk about, and then then the show is just a completely different animal altogether. So I just completely separate the two now. I can't look at them together anymore.
It took me 2 seconds to do that for myself, but then when I actually had to write my own clop, I was like, I have no clue what I'm doing now. I think it took me.
Was that a fun experience for you the first time you had to write clop, or was that a freaking nightmare?
It wasn't a nightmare so much as I felt like I was in alien territory, because I really just thought that I could just use the same terminology as with the human anatomy, but I was like, wait, unless I didn't even know at the time that I could make it an anthro story, or maybe set it in the Equestria Girls universe, just pretend like it's our human counterparts. So I just kept it pony form, and I was like, wait, we have different anatomy, so what am I supposed to write? I had to actually look at other clops in order to know the correct terminology and stuff, and I actually had to ask someone else for help too. I can't remember who I asked.
Basically, the terminology is repeatedly use the word cock and cunt for every other word. That's the terminology at this point.
Yeah, that does appear on a lot of readings, I think. Unless it's someone who's not comfortable using those words, but those words show up a lot.
You're comfortable using those words.
I'm not saying I'm not comfortable.
If I was to read a clock fic and there's they don't use the word cock, they're just using something else, like a kid, an 8-year-old kid was writing it, I would be concerned.
Yeah, I would be highly concerned too. Let's hope there are no kids reading that stuff. Though I'm not gonna bash this generation, but this generation is so desensitized to stuff.
Yeah.
It wouldn't surprise me if I came across a group of 8 to 12-year-olds or whatever who already know about really adults that they shouldn't know anything about just yet. I think if I heard that conversation, I would keel over right where I was standing.
I mean, I don't think I would kill over. I think I would like need alcohol to like forget it.
I would need ear bleach actually.
Because I mean, no, I'm just like.
Because honestly, I'm happy that this generation is like maybe more advanced with tech than I guess our generation would be after a while. Like maybe further down the line, whatever tech they have out, we won't know how to use. But
Oh dear
like,
God, I don't want to have that day come.
yeah, I
Because I
really don't
know
want
now,
either.
like with old people, I have to explain to them how a cell phone works. I
Yeah.
I don't want to wait like 30 years from now and be like, there'll be time machines, like freaking, like this 10-year-old kid's using it, and I'm over here like 70, and I'm like, and then I'm just like sitting there like hitting, like the people who go and do the self checkout at like at grocery stores and stuff, like the older people who do it, doing there's pushing buttons, there's like they're pushing and grunting like yeah. And then they just like
Yeah,
they
that's
charge themselves $800 on a credit card for no reason.
yeah. No, I think I saw that happening once in a store, and I offered to help the lady, and she was like, I don't know what it was with her. I think she was like in a bad mood that day. She like cursed me out, and I was like, okay. So I just called a store representative over and had them assist her. And I think she did the same thing to them. And I was like, that's it. I give up.
She's like, you young whippersnapper don't know nothing about the.
I think after that, she just gave up and went to like the actual
Checkout
line, the
line.
actual checkout line.
Yeah, you know you're defeated when you have to do that. When you're just like, I don't know what the hell I'm doing with this thing. Just like you just grab your stuff in your arms and you just like your head's hung low and you're walking past all the people who are waiting in line.
Yeah. Actually, um, if I had the choice, I would rather nearly every store have a self checkout line.
Yeah.
Cause it's like more convenient that way. Like you could like if you know what you're doing, you can like easily just be in
That
or
and
out.
then that and then the weird stuff you buy, no one will question it. Like, I
Yes,
know
that too
I've had this
actually.
situation where people will question, like, okay, why are you buying that? So now I can walk up go to self checkout line and buy like lubricant, condoms, and Oreo cookies, and no one question it.
Hypothetically.
Hypothetically, of course. Not saying that I buy those things.
Of course not. No one would in their right mind actually go up to a cashier with a straight face and but actually no, I think I was somewhere where I think I was like in a Spencer's or something, and like I just happened to come across that section in Spencer's, and I was like, okay, did not notice that there before, and I'm gonna walk away. I think someone actually went to that section, got something, and with a straight face, just bought it and walked out the door. I was like, you cannot tell me that you walked out like that. Like you cannot tell me that you actually bought that slightly in bulk and then walked out like it was no problem. Okay, nope, that's it. I'm
And
not
you
that
know,
experienced
for
anymore.
me, I would do it as a joke. Like I know I've done it before. Like I've told people, I've legitimately told people. I'm like, they're like, okay, you wouldn't do like. I've had people tell me, oh, you wouldn't go in and buy condoms. I'm like, dude, if you gave me $5, I would get on a unicycle, ride it through the store, juggling dildos. I don't care. Like I've done weirder things in my lifetime than
And
buying condoms. Trust me.
and there are other YouTube channels that have probably done much weirder than that. So, well, take Jackass
Yeah,
for instance. They do
I
just
mean,
about
if
almost
you
anything.
for people who haven't seen some of my other work, besides my own channel, besides what I do with Lotus, dear God, I don't know if Lotus has seen it. I'm terrified for when you do see it. I'm just gonna say terrified because I'm gonna send you a link to it after this. There's a channel I work on where I just do me and a bunch of friends do commentaries and just stuff like that. Yeah, we did a video where I went in my cabinet in my kitchen and found a old hamburger bun.
Oh, please tell me you didn't eat it.
Well, technically no.
Oh
Technically
God.
I took a bite of it.
Oh.
and then try to chew it up, and then I couldn't, and I spit it out. So, all on camera, it was fun, but there's just a bunch of weird stuff we do on that channel. We did the 50-50 Reddit challenge, a bunch of other crap, but God, I'm scared. Okay, let's see, anything else? I'm trying to think of any other things we can talk about before we...
Well, let's see.
go.
I think of nothing else.
I can't think of anything.
Well, I guess if nothing else, there are like a lot of things people like will probably ask in the comment sections, probably directed at either one of us or at both of us.
Yeah, so if you guys have questions where you want, to know the answers to, and you guys want to see something similar to this, like a little kind of similar podcast style video again, you can ask questions. We will answer them to the best of our ability.
Yeah, and let's just hope this whole thing doesn't get me age restricted from YouTube.
If your other ratings have not gotten you age, think this will.
I don't know. YouTube might not see it that way.
There is literally us moaning on freaking video. I'm pretty sure.
Yes.
Pretty sure.
Yes, there is.
That we're safe. Us moaning on video while you talk about... I'm not even gonna go into detail.
Yeah, anyone who hasn't seen the Blooming Moon video, yeah, go see that. I mean,
the two of you probably who are subscribed to her have seen, because there's like 2,000 views on it. So if you guys, there's only like 600 of you. So
yeah, I mean, Safi loved the video. He didn't get jealous that I voiced it with another guy.
Because I got a message on my freaking fanfiction account. He messages me. I'm like, oh God. I have treaded into territory I don't need to be in. I hadn't even read the message yet, and my immediate... I was doing damage control immediately in my head. I was like, okay. Just explain the situation. Then, trust me, I am no competition. One, I have somebody. Two, I don't think Lotus is my type in one very particular way that it has to be. So, pretty sure we're okay on that one. It was just him messaging me saying, he enjoyed the reading, and I'm like, great! Hopefully hear me moan. Too weird for you.
Well, if I had told him about it in advance, yeah, it probably would be awkward for him too, because he's only listened to my stories. He's never actually been in any of them. In fact, maybe if and when we move in together, he'll probably be in some of the readings.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, I'll just say you can do it when I'm not here. Cause
why is that? I want to know why that is. Why is that, Lotus?
Because, well, okay, it would be probably one thing if he was doing it, if I wanted to run an errand and he was doing it, he had to take multiple takes or whatever, and I just happen to walk in, and I don't even announce myself, I just hear it, and I follow the voice, and I just walk in and see him doing it, I'm like, so, yeah, you having fun there, buddy, or what now? Yeah, he'll go red so fast. I think he got in the bathroom for about a couple of hours till I convince him it's okay.
No, you should just sit in the same room as him. Just sit there. Just sit there like freaking evil James Bond villain in Kennedy. Just do that for 20 minutes while he's reading.
Or just, I don't even know why I'm gonna say this, but maybe.
See, immediately you stop. That makes me think.
Okay.
That makes me think that what you were gonna say was not something that needs to be said on YouTube.
No. I was gonna say, I don't know why, but when the Virgin Killer sweater came out, I randomly looked it up and I was like, okay, this was on anime characters, and then I think I happily randomly came across it with Moon Dancing wearing it. I was like, and it's gone into My Little Pony territory. And then
Everything
recently
has gone into My Little Pony territory at this point.
and then recently I think I saw a comic dub from someone. I think it was Scribbler of Rarity wearing it and Spike's reaction to it. I would have been like, okay, just imagine our pony counterparts and my pony counterpart is wearing a Virgin Killer sweater. See where that gets you. I'm gonna go out for just to go get groceries. Goodbye. So yeah.
Yeah. See, I would be an asshole because I would sit there and be like, I've done this thing to sometimes to people to see what they would do. Like I know when I went and stayed with a friend of mine for like a week or two, a couple years back, and I told him, hey man, I'm gonna go out store pick up a few things. I'm gonna come back in a few hours, and I did this just to see what he would do because I'm just this type of no. I kill this to people, and I'm telling you this now because I'm telling you too, Lotus. I'm telling you this for your own good.
Oh
What
no.
you need to do, when you two do finally move in together, tell him you're going to leave for like an hour or two, get in the car, drive around the block one time, and then come back slowly where he doesn't hear you pull up, and then just stand it, slowly open it, and listen. You will hear and or see the weirdest stuff ever. Because you don't want to know what guys do when they're alone. You don't want to know. It's bad.
I don't know why, but every time I hear someone say that, my mind just says, I think I have a pretty good feeling what they do half the time. So I'm so numb to things. Nothing would probably surprise me unless I came home and he was walking around in my clothes. That would actually surprise me.
That is now like in my head forever. I didn't need it.
I am so sorry, Safi, if you're watching this, but if you do that and I just happen to find you and you don't even see me coming, yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, I'm taking a picture.
I'm not gonna say it.
I'm gonna take a picture. I won't post it anywhere, but I'm just gonna take that picture and
I was gonna say, hey, like you said, Lotus, you know, there's a kink and everyone has one. So, who knows? Maybe you'll find you both enjoy it. Who knows?
Hi. Yeah, who knows? Maybe, but that's a big maybe, to be honest.
To be honest, yeah.
This has gone so far left, we can't even get back on the right track anymore.
I don't think this video, guys. I don't know where it went to. Like where it went wrong. It either went wrong, like when we started talking about kinks and fetishes, or like it went wrong when we were describing all the moaning. Like, I don't know where we went off track, but it's gone now. Like the semblance of what this video was supposed to be isn't there anymore.
Nope.
Doesn't exist. So this went from an interview to just us basically
Talking.
podcasting to talk to you guys.
Yep.
Hopefully it was enjoyable.
Yeah. And like I said earlier, even if my other videos didn't get me age restricted or give me any strikes on YouTube, hopefully this won't. I'm deeply hoping that. And yeah. I just hope we haven't offended anyone at all in this either.
No, trust me, the videos I'm going to send you, if we didn't get us age restricted, I don't know what can. Because we've done some weird stuff on the other channels, so trust me, you're fine. But yeah, like we said, if you guys want to know more about us, ask questions, of course you're welcome to.
Yeah, on either his channel or mine, or maybe I guess just in this video in general, since it's going to be uploaded to my channel. Yeah, if you have questions you want to ask us, just say who you want to ask it to. So I guess maybe for him put at Draco, or for me put at Lotus, or like if it's both of us just put at both of you or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah,
Um,
just
just
do something there. Make sure that what you're typing obviously means for one or the other.
yeah, because it would be confusing if it was something meant for me and I answered it, but it was actually meant for him. Because
Me, well,
that,
I'm pretty sure if it's asking questions like, it's asking what it's like to freaking, to be voicing male characters and having sex. Like, I'm pretty sure.
that might be mine.
Yeah, that might be yours.
Because I've done a couple readings where I had to do both male and female voices for claps.
Oh, that had to be fun. You got to have sex with. You got to literally fuck yourself. I have not been able to yet figure out how to do that. I mean, it's amazing. Doesn't bend that far, I don't think.
Yeah.
And with that note,
yeah,
we should leave off on us saying, guys, for you who did watch this, dear God, I'm sorry.
we are both very, very sorry.
Yeah, because this was weird. But hopefully you had fun and learned more about us. We're just gonna ramble here until we stop the freaking recording.
And of course, I'll link your channel at the end of the video as well. Of course, definitely.
Yes, link the video's channel. It will be fun.
I guess I'm trying so hard not to snort now.
Alan will enjoy me. Yes, when you pet the pony. What has my life become? This is my daily occurrence. It happens to be that often. We might want to go before you pee yourself.
Yes, that might be a good choice right now. So, I am Lotus Moon, he is Draco Azimuth, and we want to wish you all a good morning, afternoon, evening, or night wherever you are, every pony. Good night!
Night, guys.